How'd you do in your fantasy matchups this week?
Dude, fucking in my home league, literally faced Chubb, who got 30 points. Fucking Tim Patrick ends up scoring more than my stud wide receivers, Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs, T. Higgins. Like, what the fuck? Jared Cook outscores Kyle Pitts. This guy's half his team's on freaking bye, and the replacements he put in, like Devin Singletary, all end up freaking popping off. Like, I hate fantasy, man.
Yeah,
It's
no, dude, I hate it too.
like,
I literally dropped I lost because all his like crappy players did well for me or for him too, because that's basically what happened to me. And Devontae Adams and AJ Brown combined for 25 targets and dropped like 13 points combined together, like so brutal. I did well in DFS this week. I don't know if you saw. I put it in the chat.
yeah, so
I went up like $200
solid.
on the week or whatever from what I started. So I definitely did well. Hopefully I can continue that today on Monday night. I made a one showdown lineup that I'm going to use.
Like, dude, I just want to say one thing. Like, if you're the freaking Bengals, man, what the fuck are you doing? Like, Nick Chubb just puts up 30 points on your ass. I get it. It's Nick Chubb, but, like, they looked pathetic yesterday. And
Yeah.
speaking of pathetic, my team looked pathetic, too. Not even going to try to hide that.
My team looked pathetic 2 weeks ago, but I was still reminded of it because they're
At the
on
end of
bye
the
this
day,
week.
I swear, like, 4 of the 8 best teams in the league this week literally just look pathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I literally haven't even entered this into a contest yet. Okay.
Yeah, here, let's read some comments.
Yeah, I'll let you do that while I go pick a contest.
Notification gang, yo, what's up, Brock? Who do you think would be fair value for Matt Ryan in a one quarterback dynasty league? He's been playing well, and I'm rebuilding.
If I can get
Honestly,
anything more than a third round pick, I'd probably be happy.
I was about to say, if you can get like a late 2, you're chilling.
If you can get a late 2 or a third plus a young receiver or something like that, then I'm fine with that. Like a one quarterback dynasty ain't worth too much.
Agreed. Up by 16.5 full PPR playing against Claypool, so I'm hoping for a low scoring game. Yeah, I mean that'll be pretty close. It pretty much depends if he gets one in the end zone, in my opinion.
Yep.
Need 25 with Najee to play. Do I win? It's going to be very close. I mean, especially in full PPR formats, I expect Najee to have a good role in the receiving game here, obviously, because, I mean, let's be honest. This guy already has, 45 targets or whatever in 8 games? Like, I mean, that to be fair, that is inflated by a 19 target, 14 catch game, but, like, it's still remarkable how well he is used in the receiving game. Like, he's Christian McCaffrey level target share in this team right now. Like,
yep.
Yeah. With that being said, though, 25, it's a little high, but again, full PPR, he should be able to get close. I don't know how y'all only have 7K subs. Y'all should be on top. No cap. Hey, almost 8K, about 7.94 right now, I believe, last time I checked. So if any of you are watching this, aren't subscribed, help us out. Help us get to 8K as soon as possible. But appreciate the support there, Figs. How's it going, boys? What's up, Go Bills?
Speaking of Go Bills, I might be going to Colts Bills in 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
We're working out some logistics right now, but we might be heading up.
Enjoy, man, if you do. Oof, Jared,
Yep.
I'm going to need 28 from Claypool. Ooh.
I think I need like 48 from Claypool in the Listener Dynasty League against Nate. Actually, let me look right now. I actually don't. I'm really down. I'm down bad. Like, I don't think I could win, but
We have the same record in that league. What are you doing?
dude, my team is good. I just like I'm kind of getting screwed by like certain injuries, like when they're happening. And I have by far the most points against in this league.
Hey, dude, my team's not good. We have the same record.
Yeah.
Monty or Herbert. If Monty suits up, I'm going with Monty. He actually is active for this game.
Like,
I
bro,
think
Jared is 5-3, and I'm about to be 3-6, and I have 1,100 points for, and he has 972.
Jared, wait, what?
Yeah, or Daddy Flex God.
Oh, okay.
Other Jared.
It's just 2 Jareds in the league. I forgot.
Yeah. He has literally like 130 less points than me, and he has the inverse record I have because I think he won this week too. So he's gonna be 6-3. I'm gonna be 3-6.
I want to give a quick shout out to Reese too for getting that dub because I think he goes past me in the standings now. So Monty Herbert, but yeah, go Monty. Yeah, fun question. Who had more TDs? Amari, Daniel Jones, Pitts, Judy, and Higgins combined versus the Patriots. The two question both had 1. I am down bad. Yeah, you want to know something funny about that lineup that you just said? I had 3 of those guys. I had Amari, I had Judy, and I had not Judy. I had Amari, I had Pitts, and I had T Higgins. So not fun.
Yikes.
Hey guys, huge trade I made. I gave Montgomery, Tyreek, Aaron Jones. I received Kamara and Devontae Adams. Thoughts? I would prefer the Kamara and Devontae Adams side here. Especially if you have enough depth to be able to deal with the loss of Montgomery. I feel like you're upgrading both of those positions. Daniel, where are your eyes, LMAO? Yeah, it's kind of dark. I'm kind of streaming in my living room right now. Gonna be actually heading back to Guelph at halftime because I got to record right after the freaking game or right in the morning, depending on how I'm feeling. But yeah, I should be good. Been a little slow day today, just doing work. Start Monty or Herbert. Give me Monty. What's going on, boys? I want to try and trade DJ Moore and Gibson for AJ Brown, but I highly doubt it'll get done. If you can do that, I don't mind making that move at all.
Yeah, that's tough to give up those guys because the ability's there. It's just both of their offenses are holding them back. Both of Gibson specifically is dealing with injury. I don't mind making a trade like that.
Yep. Here, can you click the next comment? I'm just gonna send this to Spicy.
Yeah, JPV said any concerns on Dak? No, I don't have any concerns with Dak Prescott. I sometimes your team just shits the bed. What can I tell you? I don't really know what that was, but it was definitely not what I expected. I know I asked early, but Danny wasn't here. But anyways, who's your favorite player of all time? So I answered. I said it was Rondé Barber. Basically, I like corners in general. I was a big Revis Champ Bailey guy when I was a kid. So I know I think your favorite player is Ware, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean DeMarcus Ware is the first person I really got into when I started watching football. I actually have a nice little 100th anniversary jersey for him. So
yeah, I would say recently, I would say my favorite player is probably Mike Evans, just because he's right also now, pretty much since I've been a Bucs fan, like really intensely, like 2013, 2014, when we got Mike Evans is when I really got into being a Bucs fan. So he was obviously a big part of that.
Yeah, and for me, again, if you guys follow me on Twitter and stuff, you'd know that obviously I'm a huge Dak fan now. I mean, just watching the adversity this guy's fought through, watching even from his own fan base, people give him shit. Listen, that guy's been a fucking warrior ever since I've fucking known him. He's lost his mom, fucking fought through college, DUI, and yet here he is, one of the best players in the NFL. That's a guy I like. I like that story.
Definitely was not one of the best players in the NFL this week, though. He did cost me some cash.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
I had him in one of my my lineups. I had the Dak Amari with somebody on the run back, Judy on the run back or something like that.
And I saw apparently so Dan Quinn got the boys into the film room, obviously Monday film room. You gotta watch it. And apparently Dan Quinn, there was a report that said he counted out how many missed tackles in that game. How many tackles do you think the Cowboys missed in that game?
Probably a shit ton.
14. That again, when you're watching it live, you're like, holy fuck, they're getting no drive in the run game. The only guy that was making anything behind the line of scrimmage was freaking Parsons and Odigizua. It was a bad game. It was a soft game. They played like they were fucking not wanting to be there, and the Broncos just beat the pulp out of them, to be honest. But
yeah, that'll happen.
Oh yeah. I'm glad it happened now and not in the playoffs because the Rams experienced it on freaking Sunday Night Football as well.
Yep.
Should I trade Daryl Williams and Tyrod for Carr? No point. Honestly, I would just ride out Daryl Williams until CH comes back because, especially in a one quarterback league, I'm assuming there's no real point going on a fringe guy like that. Carr, in my opinion. So happy to see Ayuk score. Yeah, dude. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. Actually, he's over 60% owned in Yahoo. But either way, we talked about it last week. He got the snap share. He got the targets. Got everything. Everything even increased this week. So I think maybe Ayuk is back. He played like it. I know Debo was kind of banged up, so we'll see how the role is once Debo's at full health. But Ayuk just genuinely looked good. And that's all we were really hoping for with Ayuk. Once he got the opportunity, if he could shine with it, 6 for 89 and a touchdown on 8 targets is exactly what we were looking for.
Yeah, no, that was definitely encouraging to see from Ayuk. Not only did he look like the player that we saw in his rookie season, he also, now getting the usage to complement that. So hopefully from a dynasty perspective, I hope you bought him low because he was probably going at, 30 cents on the dollar at one point from a dynasty perspective. Cause we were like, okay, so this guy's on his rookie contract. Is he stuck with this team? whatever. Like they want Ayuk to be a good player. Like Kyle Shanahan, he might have an ego, but he doesn't want Brandon Ayuk to be a bust. That looks bad on him. It looks bad on his general manager. He wants Brandon Ayuk to be a good player. So once Trey Lance takes over, hopefully he's got all these guys playing at full strength. Because if Kittle, Debo, and Ayuk can all stay healthy, like that might be the best pass catching weapons core in the league.
Yeah, it's really phenomenal if those guys are healthy. And yeah, I'm just happy because this is the Ayuk week I was waiting for, and it happened. Another guy that we were waiting for that I actually am going to talk about tomorrow, man. I can't. I'm just so happy about Elijah Moore, man. You don't even know. Like, I'm so happy that we were able to see him, not only from my own cash perspective, because I had a lot invested into Michael Carter, into Elijah Moore, and hopefully Zach Wilson when he gets back. But man, just seeing him, a guy that I knew, believed with on the film, going into the process, the draft capital, like it was just so nice to happen. But yeah, what
I have speaking of from your own cash perspective, I have an underdog team that is a 0 RB that has James Conner, Leonard Fournette, Zach Moss, and Michael Carter as the 4 running backs.
That's fucked.
And my receivers are like, Hill and like Cup and like all these guys. And I got Waller at tight end and Dak as my quarterback. Like my team is loaded in that one league. There's a couple underdog teams that I've looked back and looked through them, and I've been like, these guys got some real potential, some of these teams.
Yeah, bro. Imagine, like, again, either of us wins freaking BBM.
That would be sick.
Yeah, facts. Cheer for the Bills. Yeah, I mean, it was an embarrassing loss, but heck, my team has suffered an
my buddy that's going with us is a Bills fan. He'll have us repping the jersey. He's got like 10 Bills jerseys. He'll probably toss each of us one, and we'll rep the Bills for sure.
For sure. Go Colts, beat the Bills. Ooh. Down 8 versus Herbert, got Najee. Yeah, I think Najee should easily beat Herbert by 8+. You got that, Mono. Yep. What was that from the Cowboys? Sorry, Danny, I had to. Yeah, it was a stinker. Honestly, it was a stinker. But again, all the top teams in the NFL have had at least one stinker this year, aside from, honestly, really the Cardinals, because they lost the one close game to the Packers. They haven't had a stinker, but every other one of the top teams, the Rams, the Bucks, the Cowboys.
We've had two, really. I mean, the Rams game wasn't really a stinker, but the Saints one definitely was.
Yeah, like it's going to happen, especially when you got a team with such high expectations you have for them. Like, you're going to have flat weeks. You're going to have weeks where Javonte Williams doesn't go down on first contact no matter who's tackling him.
God, that guy looked like a bat out of hell.
Bro. Nothing to do with the NFL, but just curious, how did you two meet? Honestly, like, it's such a random way once you hear it. But yeah, it was just kind of on Discord. He saw that I was on at a university near us, and he's like, "Oh, I know that." So we started.
Yeah. So Nick BDG, the a big YouTube channel, he had a Slack channel or a Discord or whatever, and Danny was in it, and I was in it, and this was back. I think Nick only had 15K at the time or 10K at the time, and when Danny threw a thing in the chat basically that he was at the gym, and there was like a university logo of the university that he goes to that's near my where I live too, and I was like, bro, do you go to this university? He's like, yeah, I do. And then we kind of got to talk, and we were both interested in starting to make content as well, and then it kind of happened from there.
Classic Danny, by the way, if any of you follow me on the social media, it's just a quick snap of me like deadlifting or something, just like got like 5 plates on the bar and just send it in the Discord.
Gotta flex how many plates he's lifting. I might just do that. I might start doing that and just like go take a picture of somebody else's like deadlifting. Like I'll just like find the biggest guy in the gym, ask him to deadlift, and then go take a picture of his plates.
Just finish a gruesome workout with like a bunch of like sweat faces and stuff like that. It's just like 7
like, oh yeah, like I just deadlifted that, and anybody who knows anything about the gym will just count how much it is in the picture and be like, that is not true.
Yeah, and it's so funny because like when you go to the gym, like mentally you'll just see a number of plates and you'll instantly know how much weight is on it. So if you just said like 7 plates, people are like, wait, what the fuck?
Dude, I saw Cody posted him deadlifting in a Napoleon Dynamite costume on Halloween, and I think I counted like 6 or 7 on each side.
Yeah, no, I think
you're deadlifting like 7 something.
Yeah, like, dude, I saw him doing freaking 5 for like sets of like 6. Like,
yeah. By the way, if you guys follow Roto Underworld and Player Profiler, we're talking about Cody Carpentier, one of the guys that works there. He's like a power lifter. So anyway, he's massive. He probably could lift more than Danny plus 3 of me combined.
And it's funny because he benched 4.5 plates with ease. It's like, I'm a strong guy. I can lift a good amount of weight, but I can only lift 350. This guy freaking made 450 look easy. I'm like,
He was
Jesus
benching
Christ.
450.
Yeah, man.
That
He's
is
fucking
so stupid.
strong.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to the questions. Fig says, in my most important league, I got Lamar, Chubb, Dalvin, Mixon, Keenan, Debo, Kelsey, and I'm 4-5. That is fantasy football in a nutshell, my man. You are going to be just fine, though. I would not panic and do anything rash.
Yeah, amen.
Thanks, fellas. Yeah, no problem, TJ.
Anytime, PJ.
I'm almost at that point. I want DJ off my roster. I'm thinking he's talking about DJ Moore. I just can't handle it anymore. Honestly, I think there's a glimmer of hope to the fact that it sounds like PJ Walker's starting next week. I don't know if that is good news, bad news, whatever, but it can't be worse than what Sam Darnold's put on the field.
Hopefully, yeah, like that. Keep in mind, you want to hear a mismanagement of resources. You're picking 8th overall. Listen, I love JC Horn. I think he's going to be a stud corner for a while. But you have Justin Fields staring you at the face at number 8. Okay.
Hell, you got Mac Jones staring you in the face. We heard that they liked Mac Jones too.
Mac Jones too. Like Matt Rule likes Mac Jones. He already said it in the presser too when you're talking about that Brian Burns Gator role. But they like Mac Jones. So you have 2 quarterbacks you like there. Okay, whatever. Even if you're not going to make a move for a quarterback, you basically traded away Teddy Bridgewater for Sam Darnold and lost a 2nd-round pick in the process.
I think they gave up a 4th too, didn't they?
Yeah, but I'm counting also like the net return. What I think they got like a 5th or whatever for.
Right. Yeah.
Either way, let's just say like net neutral. You lost a 2nd-round pick to go from Bridgewater to freaking Sam Darnold, and what you just exchanged your bridge quarterback. Like, is that really the move there? Like, oh, maybe I'm taking an upside shot on Sam Darnold's arm. At the end of the day here, Sam Darnold doesn't know how to make a decision to save his life.
Yeah, he's not there mentally. It's got to be a mental thing. He's like slow. He's a slow decision maker. He's had the same problems in the NFL that he had early in his career at USC, where he was making dumb decisions. And yeah, he's going to make some plays, but he doesn't make enough to the point that it offsets those dumb decisions. It's not like Jameis Winston makes dumb decisions, but Jameis Winston will also make 10 plays a game that make you think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, and like at least Jameis this year, again, prior to his knee injury, like he was playing good ball, man. He wasn't turning the ball over a lot.
I would have much rather. They could have signed Jameis Winston for way less than trading for Sam Darnold. They could have re-signed. Like, I don't know. I think I would have just and hopefully they go after Deshaun, because they could really use Deshaun Watson on their offense.
Dude, I'm pretty sure this year prior to getting hurt, Jameis Winston had like 15 touchdowns to 3 picks or something like that. Like he was playing good ball. So like sucks now again. I don't know what's going on with the Saints, because Trevor Simeon's not going to be it, but then you're going to put Taysom Hill in and then realize he can't throw the ball either. Like that offense, they're going to make the playoffs, but like if you're like the 3 seed in the NFC, the 2 seed in the NFC, are you really scared about them in the playoffs?
No, not at all.
Like, yeah. So just as long as any of our teams avoid the 4 seed, we're chilling. Because
I don't want to play. I don't. Well, I mean, I'm okay playing the Rams as long as it's not in Los Angeles, because then we're going to be screwed. So hopefully the Cardinals can hold on to the 1 seed.
Yeah, literally though.
Yeah.
Najee gets 25. I'll be going crazy. Yeah, facts. Hate Darnold. He's killing more. Yeah, he's killing that whole offense.
Yeah.
Hit the like on your way, gentlemen. Yeah, exactly.
Congrats on your W as well this week, Nate.
There you go. Hit that like button. We're currently at 37 concurrent viewers, like I always say. And if I check live, we are currently...
You finally found something.
How many people are in? Crap, give me a sec. Usually I have this set up. Here, take the next question.
Yeah, I'll take the next question. You think CMC will be 100% next week? Yes, I do. I think he's probably back to a good workload.
Currently only 19 likes on the stream. And again, as I mentioned, there's about double that in the chat. So try to see that.
But yes, Christian McCaffrey played 48% of the snaps or whatever this week. Didn't get a whole lot of volume, but he's coming off a multi-week injury. Again, I'm not concerned whatsoever. I think he'll be back to 80-90% of his workload next week, and then probably 100% 2 weeks from now.
He got like 20 opportunities.
Yeah, like I'm not concerned about Christian McCaffrey. Like he's still going to be a top. Like I had him in my top 10 this week, and he'll be in my top 5, top 6 next week probably.
If I just check here, I believe he had 15 carries and 5 targets, if I'm not mistaken. 14 carries and 5 targets. So he had 19 opportunities in his first game back after a hamstring injury.
Yeah, like I said, he played less than 50% of the snaps too. Like he'll be back to, a 22, 25 carry or opportunity workload next week.
taking how ridiculous that is. He played less than 50% of the snaps and he still had 19 opportunities.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like there are running backs that get like 85% of the snaps that don't even get that many opportunities. Like it's insane.
What's the chances Deontay gets 13 points standard scoring? In standard, that's a lot tougher because he's going to need touchdowns.
Standard's going to be. I don't think he gets
PPR. That's no problem. If it was
Yeah.
a full PPR league, that's no problem for Deontay Johnson. But Deontay's not really a big play guy. He catches. I swear to God, Deontay Johnson catches 5-10-yard out routes a game. Every time I watch the Steelers, they just throw out routes to Deontay because nobody can cover him on them.
I swear, like if you're expecting a Deontay Johnson like stat line every game, he'll probably give you like 7 for 80. Like,
yeah,
that's like
exactly. But in a standard
Johnson
league, that's 8 points. So
right. So
he's got to score on a 7 for 80 to get 14 there.
Any concerns on Tua with his broken finger? I honestly,
I'm not like. What do you mean by concerns on Tua though? Like for the offense or for Tua specifically? Because Tua, like he's not, more. I think anything more than like a streamer in great matchups. And as far as the offense goes, it's not a huge difference when he's out. Like it's, I'd rather have Tua in there if I had a choice, but him and like Jacoby Brissett does an okay job to the point that it's like 90% of Jalen Waddle and Mike Gesicki without those guys, without Tua starting basically.
Yeah. The GOATs, yes, sir, Yadiel. Lineup for tonight, though. Are you playing Showdown?
Yeah, I got a Showdown lineup. Are you
throwing if Najee's not the captain?
I don't have Najee as the captain.
Really?
I have Deontay as the captain. Okay, so the one thing I will say is that I prefer to play Showdown on DraftKings because DraftKings is easier to predict because it's full PPR, because you get points for 100-yard receiving or rushing bonuses. It's not completely touchdown dependent like FanDuel is. So for me, I have Deontay in the captain slot because, if he catches 7 balls for 111 yards, that's, that's a bit, even if he doesn't score, that's a huge game. So I have Deontay in the captain slot. I have Najee, Allen Robinson, Cole Kmet, Steelers, and Bears defense. So I have both defenses, which is kind of a risky play, but I high key think this is going to be like a 17-14 game.
Yeah, this game's going to be so garbage.
Yeah, like I'm not expecting a high scoring game, so I faded both quarterbacks and played both defenses. If this is a high scoring game, I'm going to get screwed, but it's only a $20 lineup. My bankroll is like $300 more than it was this time last week because I won, 100 and something on Thursday, and I also won like 200 throughout the main slate too. So I'm up a lot of money right now. I'm kind of just throwing out like a contrarian lineup in a big contest to see if I can climb the leaderboards, because not having any quarterbacks will help you climb the leaderboards if they all have bad games.
Yep, I agree. Who can't root for Dak is a good guy. Yeah, I agree. Same with Derek.
Yeah, Derek. I mean, I get more respect for Derek Carr every time he opens his mouth. Legitimately, like he's never going to be an elite quarterback, but he's top 15 quarterback, and he sounds like a hell of a dude and a hell of a teammate. So I understand why the Raiders haven't moved on from him yet or anything like that.
It's funny because like Derek Carr's not elite, but Derek Carr's not replacement level. I feel
who do you think is a better quarterback? Because I bet you know who I'm going to ask about. Do you think Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr? Who do you think is a better quarterback?
I
think Derek Carr is the better quarterback. Yeah. Now it's pretty close, and the scheme kind of makes it a little different because I think Cousins is in a better scheme. Carr definitely has a better arm, but I think Cousins is in an easier scheme, so it makes him look a little better. He also has, I guess Carr has Jacobs too, but Cousins has an elite running back, obviously, too, which takes the pressure off of him, and he definitely has better receivers. So, it's definitely a conversation. I think Carr, all things equal, if you plopped him in the Minnesota Vikings offense, I think he'd be a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins.
Because it's funny, because as I was gonna say, right, Derek Carr is literally like that cutoff between like needing a quarterback versus having an elite.
So is he QB purgatory? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, kind of, but like if you have a decent enough roster,
if you had a great offensive line, a great duo at wide receiver, an elite tight end, which you obviously have in Darren Waller, and you had a good defense, which Carr probably hasn't had since 2016.
I'll put it like this. If Derek Carr's on the 2019 49ers, they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. If he's on the 2017 Eagles, they win the Super Bowl too.
Yeah. Like he's a good enough quarterback.
Hell, he might have won the Super Bowl on the Bucs last year. Maybe not like the inspiring the confidence in the team the way that Brady kind of did that, but like the talent level of Brady versus Carr, the way Brady played throughout the Super Bowl run, I don't think it was like magical in the playoffs. Like Carr could have played as well as Brady did.
Also, can we quickly talk about the fact that aside from Tom Brady, basically this week, every other MVP candidate has basically got like knocked down a little bit of a peg. Like they had a bad
I don't think
game.
there's a clear MVP favorite right now, to
I
be
don't think
honest.
so either.
Because
Like,
Stafford was the guy before that game last night. So
and like Dak was at like top 4 and he had a bad game. But like at the end of the day here, like it's all gonna depend on who has a top 2 record in the league, because that's usually how it is. Like they're gonna have to be like 15-2 or 14-3 this year. And
Yeah.
who's gonna put up the counting stats? Because I think legitimately this is one of the only years you can say 6 different guys right now are like neck and neck.
it kind of sucks that Derrick Henry got hurt, because if he continued doing what he was doing, he would have actually had a legitimate shot. Because if there is no, favorite at the quarterback position, then I could see Derrick Henry actually winning MVP.
Yeah, I mean he was a lock for offensive player of the year, and now he fucking
it sucks. That Bills Jags game was insane. Yeah, that cost me some money. Dude, you know what sucks so bad too? In the contest that I did, Josh Allen was 12% owned. People faded him, and I knew it was going to happen. Lamar Jackson was 28% owned, so he was the chalky guy, and everybody played Lamar because they thought Allen was going to be the chalk. So I was like, I'm going to play Allen because it sounds like everybody's playing Lamar now.
I was about to say too, I saw on Twitter, but basically like I think it was Jacob, right? Sanderson?
Yeah.
He's basically like all those people who played who faded the Marquise Brown chalk up until the fourth quarter, feeling good about themselves, and then half his points coming overtime.
Oh yeah, I played Lamar, Marquise Brown, Nick Chubb, and Joe Mixon in the Deposit Kingdom league, and I tore it up. I had like 52nd place, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, no, my big lineup was the Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen stack with the Devontae Smith run back. That was my big lineup that won me all the money. Those 3 guys combined for like 80 points.
Yeah, damn, that's impressive. Yeah, didn't Keenan Allen go for like 10 for 96 or something?
Yeah, so on DraftKings, no, he went over 100. So on DraftKings, he got the 100-yard bonus, and he got
12 for 104,
like 12
maybe
receptions too.
Yeah, 12 for 104, I think it was.
Yeah, so that was definitely nice. The unfortunate thing, though, was that I had Dalvin Cook as my running back, and I was going to play Nick Chubb. So if I played Nick Chubb instead of Dalvin Cook, I came in 112th or something like that. I calculated if I would have played Nick Chubb instead of Dalvin Cook, and I would have come in, I think it was like 9th or 10th, and that would have been $700 to $1,500 that I would have won. So that kind of sucks that I did that. But anyway, need a good projected lineup tonight. Las Vegas caused all these problems this week. Like I said, I'm playing both of the defenses because I think this is gonna be a low scoring game. I probably wouldn't do that if you like. I'm already kind of willing to let this lineup torch if it does, but I think it's a good contrarian play to play both of the defenses this week
for sure.
I actually missed this. It was hard to watch. Yeah, true.
Would you trade Davante Adams for Cook, Terry, and Marvin Jones? Absolutely.
Yeah, I would. Davante Adams and Dalvin Cook is a conversation right off the top. So the fact that you're getting Terry on top of it and Marvin Jones, if you need some depth, I think that's a great move.
Yep. Where would you guys rank JT and CMC the rest of the season? Both are like locked and loaded in the top 6 at minimum for both.
Yeah, I think this week we do a rest of season rankings update probably, right? On Friday. That's what I was talking about this morning. So we'll get back to you on that. We'll definitely have rest of season rankings for Friday. I would say as of right now, there's a pretty clear, comfortable, like top tier of running backs, obviously, and JT and CMC are in that top tier. You can make the argument that either of them are the RB1 or like the RB6, probably rest of season.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree. This James Conner game makes me really excited about the Cardinals potentially taking an RB in the 2022 draft. I mean, it definitely could. The thing that kind of gives me pause is they've never really like fully valued the running back position aside from just from the touchdown standpoint. I mean, you've had Chase Edmonds being the pass catcher, and you've had James Conner getting the goal line work. I just don't know if they fully turn the reins over to one single running back and invest a lot of capital into one single running back.
I talked about it during the offseason with ETN and with Harris, but remember when I said that, like, if you have a elusive quarterback like Kyler Murray to have like a power back like James Conner, I guess is, but if they got Isaiah Spiller as their running back, that would be such a perfect fit, I think. But I mean,
Hall as well.
Breece Hall to me, he is kind of like he kind of just reminds me. Maybe it's like the team he plays for, but he kind of reminds me just like of like a David Montgomery type of running back, where he's kind of just like good at everything. He's not like a power back or a finesse back. He kind of just does everything. Right. But Spiller to me reminds me more of like the traditional back that would fit well with a quarterback like Kyler.
Yeah, definitely fair. Man, side note, what if they didn't take a running back this year and
Javonte would have been a phenomenal fit if they would have picked Javonte Williams in like the second round.
Yeah, I'll say one thing too. Imagine like hypothetically, I don't want to knock on wood. I don't want to predict injury, but say 2022, they don't take a running back. During the 2022 year,
Oh, you want Bijan there?
Tyler gets banged up at all. He misses games. Imagine Bijan Robinson.
Oh, Bijan, dude, I actually think Bijan Robinson's going to go in the top 10 of the draft that year. I don't think he's going to. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a player that people overthink. I think Kuiper and all those guys are going to have him as their best prospect in the draft type of player.
He's so good.
Yeah.
And Dynasty, who could I trade Cook for? I'd be looking for a younger type of running back and a pick. So, like, honest to God, like if you
I would do Javonte in a first for Dalvin Cook.
I was just about to say, like, Javonte in a first is what I would be looking for.
We're like, do we have so much invested in Javonte being just like this elite rebuilding player? Like, it's so obvious that Javonte Williams is going to be a stud running back. Like every time I watch the guy, I'm just like, this guy, once he gets his opportunity, once he gets a full, like the jump that this dude could make from year 1 to year 2 from like a mental standpoint and like that part of the game is going to be astronomical. If that happens, I hope Denver gets like their coaching staff gets cleaned out and they get like a running back friendly coaching staff in and they just abuse the crap out of Javonte.
You know what's funny about that? I saw again Jacob and Ron, I guess we're talking about it on Twitter, but they basically said like Javonte Williams like paying off at round 6 ADP this year. Javonte Williams 2022 exploding at round 2 ADP next year.
Oh yeah, he's going to be, I already know. Like I saw somebody ask this morning, they were like, what round do you think Javonte goes in next year? Like third or fourth? I'm like, there's absolutely no chance he's not a second round pick next year. Like if he's alone in that backfield, like remember we thought, I saw a lot of people, I remember Dave Kluge and like a bunch of people tweeted like when Cam Akers is like a third, fourth round pick, like right when the season's done, he's going to be like a phenomenal value. And I'm like, Cam Akers is going to go in the first round. Like people, you think people are going to let Cam Akers fall to the third and fourth? Like when you get a young running back in a situation like that, they're going to go high. Like Javonte will go in the top 15 of the draft, probably in redraft leagues.
Dude, again, say this is a weird thing to say. Again, don't get me wrong. Melvin Gordon has been really good this year in his own right. And I'm not taking anything away from Melvin Gordon because I think he's still a decent running back. However, Javonte Williams, as soon as Melvin Gordon is off this team, is legitimately going to be ranked as like a top 7-8 running back maybe in fantasy.
Yeah.
Is it crazy to even say that? Like,
no, he is a 3-down skill set, and he's clearly a phenomenal player. He's like leading the NFL in forced missed tackles right now.
Yeah. So
anyway,
I can't wait.
Let's speed through some questions here because we're kind of just talking out our asses right now. But Keenan says Jordan Love blew it, no chance ever to recover. Yeah, definitely not ideal there. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers is back this week. Yeah. I have Lance Ayuk stack for 2022 dynasty. Fingers crossed it works out. Yeah, I'm unfortunately under. I didn't have a lot of Ayuk in dynasty just for whatever reason. We have him in our BitClout league. It's the only league I have him in. I don't have him anywhere else.
What's our record in that league?
It's really bad, but we have like a really good young core of players. Yeah. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Like we have Mahomes and stuff too, who's just like underperforming.
Swift, Godwin, like we're chilling.
Yeah, we have Ayuk, Swift, Godwin, Gibson. Like we have a really good young core of players, and we have like a bunch of guys like Rondell and like stuff too, like that are just like young pieces. Anyway, Big Al says my trade deadline is as soon as this game ends. What are good players to get in a trade? Getting rid of Davante Adams. So if you're getting rid of Davante Adams, I'm going to need a stud running back and probably like Terry McLaurin on top of it. So like if you can get DeAndre Swift and Terry McLaurin for Davante Adams, then I might be like willing to do something like that. But it's going to take a lot to get Davante Adams off my hands if I have Adams.
I agree. What's your thoughts on Danny Williams passing away in a non-fatal accident after finding out he got vaccinated with consent? Danny Williams. Why is that? Why do I know that name, but I can't even think about him right now?
I don't even know who that is. Unfortunately, I don't know who that is. This whole week was a stinker from the division leaders. Yeah, big time. Raiders included. Yes. The pain I have today started off hot with JT, then had Mahomes, Hill, CD, Zeke. Oh, combined for less than 30, and I lost by 0.85. That is tough. You were like chalking up the win already, right? With JT on Thursday night, you're like, oh yeah, I won this week. Easy win. Freaking Mahomes, Hill, CD, Zeke, all shit the bed. That really sucks. Had to win to stay alive pretty much. I am depression. Depression is me, LOL. Yeah, that blows, man. Chubb and Thielen for Mark Andrews and Tyreek Hill. Give me Mark Andrews and Tyreek Hill there. PPR current running back, Demont Najee, current tight end is Cook. Yeah, so you're getting a huge upgrade at tight end, so I'd definitely make that move.
We already answered that, Calvion, but give us the Dalvin Cook side. Where would you rank Montgomery rest of the season when healthy? He's normally
top 20 conservatively, probably top 15, more likely.
Yeah, fringe top 15. I'd say, like, with James Robinson being banged up, I think that's a legitimate conversation. Robinson versus Montgomery.
Yeah, him like I would say a guy like Daryl Henderson be just ahead of those guys. Leonard Fournette probably in that same range.
Just behind the Henderson Fournette type area. Sorry,
sorry, just got here. Najee, you have a good chance to get 25 tonight. A good chance. If you're in full PPR, I would say he's got a solid chance to get there, but 25 is a lot for anybody to get to be honest. So good luck to you.
It's funny because somebody actually asked that exact question, but what's your guys' outlook on this type of trade? If I try to attempt it, trade away Najee, DJ, and Emmanuel Sanders, or Renfro for Kamara and AJ Brown, is that DJ? Oh, DJ Moore.
Oh, okay. So I think it's Najee, DJ Moore, and either Sanders or Renfro for Kamara and AJ Brown.
Kamara Brown.
Yeah, give me Kamara and AJ Brown there, and I would give away Renfro if I have the choice of the two.
Yep. The real question is who's better, Geno Smith or Sam Darnold? I think
Sam Darnold's better than Geno Smith, but I don't think it's by a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I have Najee. Opponent has Freiermuth and Pittsburgh D, and we're basically tied. I'm going to win, right? Yeah, I think you should have that lockdown price.
Yeah, Pittsburgh defense, though, all it takes is one play for Fields to screw you over there.
Yeah, facts. Bush got you on that buy low vid, so stay tuned. Nobody in my league wants Mike Williams. I have to start him this week as a wide receiver. Should I start Ayuk over him PPR? I wouldn't start Ayuk over him just yet, but I mean,
can we talk about we're going to talk about this in the rest of season rankings, but can we talk about the abrupt fall that Mike Williams took in the rankings? Because the guy is legit went back to his old role of being
I don't get what happened.
Yeah, I honestly don't understand what happened either. It's really strange that he just suddenly is no longer the guy that he was at the beginning of the season. Looked like he was a guy that was getting heavily targeted, guy that was going to be used all over the field, and now he's just simply old Mike Williams again. Like, it's really shocking to me.
To be fair, the one thing I'll say about that as well is the Chargers offense, aside from yesterday, was not the same offense as it was at the beginning of the year. So, I mean, maybe that's a factor, but yeah, it's just concerning because he had
a tough matchup yesterday, though. He might be a guy that I consider like a buy low candidate in tomorrow's video. Now, the more that I think about it, he does still have the same, ceiling. We've seen the usage before. It might be, he's been dealing with injury, things of that nature. And then on top of that, he also had a horrible matchup with the shadow coverage versus Slay yesterday. So maybe he's a guy that you want to buy low on. I have to look ahead to their schedule and things of that nature. But Mike Williams is probably a guy you can get for not a lot right now.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, he's still getting decent targets. I mean, keep in mind, that game against Baltimore, they got absolutely shellapped. They lost, 34-6 against Baltimore. And also, keep in mind, in the Baltimore game, isn't that the game that Herbert missed him on that big touchdown?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So there's that game. Then he had the bye week. Then he had New England last week, who surprisingly beat them as well, controlled that Chargers offense. And then this week, he was facing shadow coverage. Next 2 weeks, you got the Vikings and you got the Steelers. Both are really bad against receivers thus far this year, both in the bottom 10. So if this is going to be your window to buy Mike Williams and somebody's willing to basically give him away, like, I could still consider him top 24 at minimum wide receiver, probably still a top 20 receiver. And you could probably get him for like a wide receiver 3 cost because he has not been the same player these last few weeks.
Yeah, for sure. So the game is on, so let's speed through these next couple ones here. Mapletron. Yeah, I saw Chase Claypool. He caught a nice pass like over the top. It wasn't a touchdown, it was just like a 30-yard gain or 20-yard gain, but it was nice. He like mossed the guy. Herbert or Hurts rest of the season, easily Justin Herbert for me. It's Hubbard droppable in 12 team. I would hold on to him if you can hold on to him just to stash him, because if CMC re-aggravates his injury, gets hurt in any way, he is still going to be valuable. So he's a valuable handcuff to keep holding on to. But if you need players to put into your lineup, then I don't hate dropping him. But I personally would hold on to him for at least a week or two if you can.
Side note, Montgomery got the first 2 carries for the Bears this game, so they're not easing him back in or anything.
Perfect. Omar says trade PPR. I give Patterson. I get AJ Brown. That's easily AJ Brown for me. As much as Patterson's been solid, that's still AJ Brown by a mile.
Did he play Monty because Nagy says he's going to get a normal workload? Well, I mean, it looks like he's
Yeah,
started.
sorry. I guess we did. We probably should have went
Yeah,
to the
I'll
questions that were
talk
about the game while we were rambling. But yes, Monty should probably have been in your lineup, given that it sounded like he was going to play the whole time. Who did? Oh,
Najee.
Najee.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, I just saw it. Deontay is a younger Cole Beasley. LOL, just a PPR monster. He's better than Cole Beasley. Come on,
he's
now.
more dynamic.
Yeah. How much will Monty play tonight? I think Monty's just going to be probably just fine. He'll probably play like 50% of snaps or so, but I think his workload will be like, the 20 opportunities or so per game that he usually gets. Did he say that? Yeah, I never actually saw him say that quote, to be honest.
Offer Tony Pollard for Christian Kirk. I'm in rebuilding mode. 14 team half PPR dynasty.
I'd rather have Pollard, I suppose. Long term dynasty, give me Pollard, but it's not a slam dunk. I think it's pretty fair.
Yeah, I agreed. Let's just run through these here.
Yeah.
Apparently he did know. I hope that not because I'm a Monty owner. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I mean he is playing, and you got a few carries already. Chance of winning, I'm up 12.68. My opponent has Claypool left league standard. In standard league, I think you have a pretty good shot.
Yeah, standard's a little sketchy with Claypool though, because all it takes is one play for him to get there.
That's fair. Keep Tariq Cohen Dynasty 16-man league. I mean, in a 16-man league, you're probably looking at Tariq Cohen versus like Benny Snell, but I would rather Benny Snell, obviously.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Like Tariq Cohen versus Benjamin. Like at that point, like I don't know.
Wentz for MVP source. Trust me, bro. Yeah, Brock is a Colts fan. So new member here trying to trade Lockett or Metcalf. How do I do that with my squad? Like both of them, because they're playing the Lions in finals week. I'm 7-2 PPR. So it also does sound like Russell Wilson's coming back this week. By all reports. So I don't want to say that these guys are buy lows, because I'm pretty sure everybody knows that Russell Wilson's coming back. Like, at least they will when you send them the offer. They'll be like, why is he sending me an offer for Tyler Lockett? He's been terrible. And then they'll look up and be like, oh, Russ is coming back this week. That's why he's sending me an offer for Tyler Lockett. So I think it's a pretty obvious buy low candidate is Tyler Lockett. But if you're trying to trade for one of them, I would trade for Metcalf, because it's going to cost you a lot. But I know Metcalf is going to produce. Lockett wasn't very good even when Russ was on the field. So if you want to pay up for Metcalf, I would go ahead and do that if you can, but it's going to cost you like, DJ Moore plus like a running back or something like that.
And Nate, like in theory, the actual like definition of MVP, I'd agree with that. However, how the voters work in MVP is what team's going to finish high in the standings. The Green Bay losing is not going to help their chances there. And who's going to have the better counting stats? And Rodgers not playing hurts
his counting stats also aren't very good this year anyway.
In theory, the actual like definition, who was the most valuable player this year? Yeah, you can make the argument. The Packers go from maybe beating the Chiefs with Rodgers by a few touchdowns till they lose that game. Okay, you can argue like Rodgers was the main difference in losing that game. However, because of how the voting works, how the MVP process works, I do think that pretty much not kills his chances. Because I mean, Aaron freaking Rodgers can go on and win, his next freaking 8 games and be a stud if he plays this upcoming week. But like from the sheer definition of from the sheer process of how the MVP works, it's not going to help him. So
you want to know something interesting?
What's up?
The Kansas City Chiefs offense is 15th in scoring this year.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that funny? 15th points per game, 24.6 points per game they're scoring right now.
It's so funny because people were on Dak and on the Cowboys last year, yada, yada. Oh, this team sucks, but nobody is saying crap about Mahomes in that offense right now. Because at the end of the day, oh, he's still Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, he's not playing good football, okay? We're allowed to critique somebody when they're not playing good football.
No, he isn't, man. They're leading the NFL in turnovers. It's not even close. The Chiefs offense, it's really bad, actually. Anyway, let's speed through these.
This in terms of like what offer to make for Metcalf. Like, I don't know who would you like. I would want a package. Like,
yeah, you're kind of in a tough spot, to be honest, because I'm not like your running back core isn't good. Like, I don't think it's deep enough to be able to expend a running back for a guy like Metcalf. I don't know. If you're wanting to, I would probably go after Lockett in your case, just because you're probably not going to be able to get Metcalf. But if you could trade Julio straight up for Lockett, I don't think that's a terrible move.
Yeah, I agree. Damn, as a tanking team, this 2022 class really uninspiring. I just want one clear 101 at running back like Najee last year.
I honestly think Spiller is going to be the clear 101 by the time the draft process is over.
And to be fair, I mean, like that's just that running back too. I think this receiver class is really solid. Like,
Yeah,
I think
you could make the argument if freaking Treylon Burks goes out and he runs like 4.4 at
I think
6'6",
he's going to.
250, like, or 230 or whatever he weighs, he's gonna have a weight adjusted speed score that's gonna be like 121.5 or something, and he's just gonna be like an elite level prospect.
Yeah, no, I agree there. Hall and Spiller are a couple studs. Throwing Kenneth Walker and Kyron Williams, and it should be
Kyron's the Notre Dame guy, right?
And the problem with Kyron
He's
is
small though, isn't he?
his size and his speed. He's like scat back size.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
scat backs are never going to be guys that you're overly excited about spending a first round rookie pick on, I would
At
say.
that
Like,
point,
you're not
receivers.
even Kenneth Gainwell. If Kenneth Gainwell got like second or third round draft capital, there's still no chance I was spending a first round pick on him.
And I wanted to say too, another running back that's not even mentioned there, but I mean, like if Zach Charbonnet gets like top 50, top 60 draft capital, he's got size, he's got speed, he's got power, he's got production. I think he could be a really good pick. Again, like keep in mind, I want to see where these running backs land. I want to see the type of draft capital because at the end of the day here, when you're in your rookie drafts, no matter what, the more safe investment. If you're unsure about an ambiguous running back getting taken, take the elite level receiver. Because I mean, we've seen it multiple like these past few years. There are running backs that'll land in decent situations. We don't know about their talent, but they get like relatively decent draft capital, a la Trey Sermon and Keyshawn Vaughn. When you could have had receivers like 2 years ago, T. Higgins, Michael Pittman. What other second round receivers were there?
Higgins.
Yeah, well, I said T. Higgins.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, like
But
there was Higgins, Pittman, like there was a bunch of guys. Even Ayuk was going in that range usually.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And then this past year, I mean, if you took
people took Carter and Sermon over guys like Elijah Moore and Rashad Bateman. Like there was people would take him over. I saw him go ahead of Devontae Smith in some drafts. Like it was some bad shit happening. Anyway, let's speed through these because I want to watch the game. Yes, but unless I see a great destination like the Steelers for Najee, won't be 101 won't be great. Yeah, I mean if Spiller goes in the early second round to a team, like I said, I kind of think this class. If Javonte Williams was in this class, he'd probably be the best running back.
Yeah, he would. He easily, as much as I like Spiller, like it would have been Javonte.
Yeah.
Easily. I was hoping that team would be the Cardinals. Yeah, I mean, like to be fair, the Steelers have given Najee the workload. Again, the efficiency's not there, but at the end of the day here, this guy's getting 25 opportunities per game. He's getting the ball in the receiving game. And although I really like him and I think he's going to be great rest of the season, a really good dynasty asset, man, like there are people that have him as like their dynasty RB1. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
At all. Like I think people don't realize that this guy's gonna legitimately be 24 years old in March.
Yeah.
Take that. How fucked is that? How fucked is that?
It's pretty wild.
Like he's gonna be coming off of his rookie year, going into his second year. He's gonna be 24 years old in March. He's exactly 2 years older than me.
Yeah. All right. I want to watch the game, Danny. We got to speed through these.
Sorry.
All right. Guy wants to trade Aaron Jones for Joe Mixon. They're in the same tier rest of the season for me. It's really personal preference. I lean towards Aaron Jones, but I don't think it's a slam dunk because the volume is on Mixon's side. It's pretty close to me. I really don't have a preference. Demon over Herbert. Yep. Do you trust that core for playoffs? Yeah. Oh, running back core. Yeah. That running back core. I thought it was his full team, and I was looking and seeing Mitchell and Herbert, but those are like your RB 4 and 5. You're fine. Gentlemen, love the live stream. Appreciate it. Evan, would love your thoughts on Brandon Ayuk and potentially Eno Benjamin going forward. Yeah, Brandon Ayuk is going to be a guy that is, top 40 wide receiver rest of the season convincingly. I could say you can even make the argument he's top 35, top 30 even. Eno Benjamin, I'm sure you're going to talk about tomorrow, I'd imagine. As a guy that's worth a speculative ad at the very least, potentially a little bit more than that even.
He'll be in the HMs for sure.
Yeah, because he is going to be a guy that gets probably like 70 to 80% of what Chase Edmonds' role was, I would say, and then the rest of that will go to James Conner. So he's definitely interesting. Cole Beasley is buns. Yeah, he is buns. Yeah, I know. I was just messing around. Yeah. How do you rank Russ, Hurts, and Wentz rest of season in 6 point per passing? Love the love the touchdowns. Love the content. I would put them in the order that you have them. Yeah. Russ, Hurts, and Wentz is the way I would have them ranked. Gage, Jared Cook for Devontae Smith. Yeah, easily Devontae Smith. Oh my God. Gage is useless. Gage is not even remotely in startable conversation for me. Appreciate that, Omar. Well, I guess I didn't start Kittle because it was on the pitch count. Guess I could start him now. Yeah, that sucks. I had George Kittle ranked as like my tight end 10 on the week, so I definitely screwed that one up. But 6'3" type 2. I'm pretty sure Burks is taller than 6'3".
I think I want to say he's 6'4", 230. Let me just take a look. But either way, he kind of like he has a similar play style to like a bigger Chris Godwin from what I've heard. Yeah, he is 6'3", 225. But either way, yeah, he's a big receiver. He's physical. He gets yards after the catch. Can get vertical. Great with the ball in the air. Like he's a stud, man. Honestly,
analytics profiles ironclad too. And as far as his age adjusted production and stuff, he's everybody's analytics wise going to love him.
Yeah.
Do you guys do draft guides? Yeah, we did draft guides this off season and last off season too. By the end of the season, when we review some of the things that we got right and got wrong, we're probably going to go over like our league winners and sleepers and busts from our draft guide to give you guys an idea of like how we did. I know for a fact that JT was my running back league winner. So
mine didn't work out so well.
Yeah, yours was Gibson, so that's definitely unfortunate. Mine would have been Akers if it wasn't for Akers' injury.
Yeah.
And
quickly talking about Gibson, I mean, if the fucking injuries just didn't kill him this year, like I still think
I do think his had to be injury related. Hopefully, the prayer of hope right now is that he's got some rest this week on the bye week and he's going to be back to normal or something. But I mean, it's looking pretty bleak so far for Gibson. Anyway, Brock says, thanks, boys. Have a good night. Appreciate it. Yep, Bears do still suck. Burks is like Pittman size. I think he's bigger than Pittman. I don't think he's Pittman size.
Isn't Pittman like only 200 pounds?
Yeah, I don't think he's as thick as Burks, man. Burks has got to be 6'4", 230. He looks like the size of Mike Evans out there.
Oh, no, he's right. 6'4", 225. Yeah, I didn't realize Pittman doesn't look that big when you look at him.
Yeah, he doesn't look that tall. That's for sure. I would have if I had to guess, I would have said Pittman was like 6'2".
I figured he was tall, like 6'3", 6'4", but like when you see him, he doesn't look as big as like a Burks. Think about it. I mean, to be fair, 6'3", 225 versus 6'4", 220-ish. You kind of see like the BMI kind of discrepancy there. But either way, like as much as I love Pittman, I saw a poll on Twitter. It was like Pittman or early 22 first. It's like, what?
Yeah, no, that's
and it was like 60-40 only for the first.
Yeah,
it's like,
wild.
Listen, I love Pittman. I think he's gonna be a stud, but think of the liquidity you get from just getting that first as opposed to an asset like Pittman. Because
you could turn around and trade the first for Amari Cooper or something. Like
literally.
Yeah, like I think I would pretty easily like the first. Anyway, do you guys? Yeah, so we will have a draft guide if that's what you're asking. Yeah, in the rookie season we'll have a draft guide, and also in next year before the season, as we did the last couple of years.
For those of you that have had either of our draft guides in these past couple of years, we're actually going to be making the transition for next year. We're going to be putting the majority of our information, everything, and transitioning it over to Patreon. So we have the site right now, but once that kind of runs out for the year, we're going to be transitioning that over to Patreon. So make sure you get the early looks over there.
Yep. No worries. Appreciate it, Steven.
Yeah, that's wild. Damn.
Yeah, that is wild. I'm so glad we're gonna have the combine this year too. That was such an L not having the combine last year. I hated that. Watching all those fucking pro days was actually terrible.
Dude, the Fugazi 40-yard dash
Oh
times.
my god, yeah, freaking the one. Speaking of, real quick before we get out of here, is Elijah Mitchell's 40-yard dash time. When I saw his pro day, I was like, holy shit, he ran a 4.39. It's like I had him pinned as a 4.56 in my scouting.
I think it was 4.33, bro.
No, it wasn't that low. It was like high 4.3s.
I want to say he was 4.34 and it got adjusted on Player Profiler for the 0.05.
Oh, I don't know. Either way, he ran a lot faster than I thought. Anyway, yeah, we are not going to forget about the game. We are watching it on my other screen and Danny above him. Anyway, yep, they're only using Monty, best running back this week. I have Saquon Chase Edmonds.
I got you covered for tomorrow, brother.
Yeah. Anyway, let's head out of here. We're gonna watch the game. Peace out, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow. We got 2 videos dropping.
Peace out.